So one recurring theme with the new vintage collection stuff is that it's for the most part a lot of Black Series re-releases. The Black Series 3 3/4 inch line that ran from like 2013 to like 2015. A lot of it is that stuff. And I'm pretty okay with that because I missed out on a lot of those because I was pretty much just kind of delving into Transformers and I was very enamored with the new 6-inch Black Series. So in the case of all three of these guys, I missed out on the original releases. I didn't buy them because I had the old ones, like the old Vader and the old Luke and the old Yoda, and I'm like, hey, I'm good. I don't need the new ones. But they released this Cave of Evil special action figure set. It was originally $40, which I find absolutely ludicrous. Because back in the day, wasn't even too long ago, when the figures were like maybe $8, $9 each, actually $10 each in some cases, they were able to release these multi-packs of like 4 of them or 5 of them for like 25 to 35 bucks. It was maybe 40 bucks depending on. We're at a point now where we're paying $40, which is actually $1 more than normal retail for 2 standard figures and a tiny little Yoda. That's it. I don't see the value in $40, and apparently Target didn't either because they almost immediately clearanced this down, and I got it for 20 bucks. So I think it's well worth $20. I think that's what it should be. At least like maybe 25. I didn't see the $40 value. I feel like Hasbro's pricing themselves out of doing 3 3/4 inch. That's really disappointing and upsetting because, wow, Hasbro is absolutely killing it with the vintage collection. The few releases we do get are absolutely phenomenal, and this set is absolutely zero exception. It's amazing. First up, I want to talk about the package real quick, just because I like talking about TVC boxes. Now, granted, I'm not going to keep this one. I'm actually probably just going to get rid of this box because it doesn't have any, special artwork on it. It's just a special action figure set box, and it's been a long time since I've gotten one of these, so I want to talk about it. It says Cave of Evil up there. It has all the foreign languages now, which is whatever. But still, I mean, you got the figures in there, and on the back, you do have an image, and you do have a read-up at the top, which my camera, I didn't really adjust it for this tall thing, so I don't think you're gonna be able to read it unless I just like bend it down. There we go. Now you can read it. Hooray! But yeah, it's cool. I don't know why they feel so insistent on putting the Disney logo on all the Star Wars stuff, because they don't do it on all the Marvel stuff. But yeah, there's the box. The only real way to get it open is to take off the sides, peel up the bottom, and then like cut this. That's pretty much the only real way. It's kind of irritating, but I mean, I'm not going to keep it, so yeah, it's a cool box. I like it. Anyways, let's talk about Vader first, because Vader is probably one of the least interesting ones, but he's still really cool. So this Vader is pretty much just a reissue of the Black Series 1, besides he has face printing. Face printing? It's Darth Vader. You don't see his face. Oh, my dear child, how you forget. So this is the original Dagobah Vader that they released back in the day. And the main difference, and the reason I like this one still, is because it's clear. It has like this, oh my gosh, it's really dusty. It has like this clear phantom look to it, and I really dig that. It just looks nice. It looks nice. Now, getting this guy off the shelf was not nice. It knocked over a lot of stuff, and I'm not happy about it. But hopefully you guys enjoy this comparison. So you can remove the face on this old one. And to my complete shock and horror, that face looks absolutely horrible. Because, hey, remember head cut off, and then, oh, it's Luke inside all along. You can see how the helmet's broken up there. It's pretty clean, actually. And they just kind of fake some of the jagged look underneath. That is not the case with the new one, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, there's the old Vader, then comparing it to the new one. This is pretty much just that vintage collection Vader they released in Wave 1, but with a new head. And I think that's fine. Articulation's really good on it. I mean, it's a 3 3/4 inch TVC figure. I mean, I miss this stuff. This is what Star Wars collecting is to me. These small 3 3/4 inch figures. It's what makes me happy. It's what satisfies me. That and the 12 inch. The 6 inch, it doesn't click to me. It doesn't make my brain happy. It doesn't get that dopamine flowing. It's just, this is what I like. So, as you can see, articulation's nice on it. Even has a swivel right there. His lightsaber, he can pretty much only hold it with his left hand, which is odd, but then again, his right hand is very open for being an evil force man. You can have him hold it with two hands pretty easily, too. But he does have the feature where you can pop his head off, which is, oh my gosh, that took a lot of force and completely knocked over my phone, which I use as my microphone. I should probably get a new microphone, honestly. Let me know, is there a good microphone to get that's not awful, that's like under 50 bucks? Anyways, right here is the helmet, if it will get in focus. It's very black, so it doesn't want to focus. There we go. You can kind of see the cracking in it right there. Where after it gets cut off, it goes ploosh, and then, what do you see? Reason number 752 why I keep the thumbnail long. And then, there we go. There's the face. That looks very, very nice. They face printed it. It has face printing. Look at that. That looks really good. Wow. I'm really impressed with that. I'll probably display this without the face on, honestly. Just because I love that so much. Even though with the helmet, it's a pretty good looking Vader. It looks good. Now, granted, it does have the crack in it still, but oh well. Then you have the cape, which is just the standard Vader cape. Which, Mattel, I know you don't even do DC anymore, but this is how you do a cape, okay? It's not a straight freaking rectangle. I'm sorry, I just hate Mattel capes with a burning passion. So there we go. There's the Vader, all said and done. He's cool. I like him. And then let's talk about the Yoda, because he's actually really interesting. So this Yoda is actually a kit bash. He is a kit bash between... Hey, sirens are going off. That's nice. He's a kit bash between the Black Series Yoda that came out a few years ago and, believe it or not, the old Revenge of the Sith Vintage Collection Yoda. He uses all those Black Series Yoda's accessories. He uses the head. He uses the... the cloth and the tunic and everything, but he uses the body, the articulated body of this one. This is the definitive Yoda. So I'm not going to take off all the robes on this one, but I will take them off on this one, just so you can see the articulation. So getting that off, at least that much. You can see he has a ball joint at the head, he has a swivel at the waist, swivels at the hips, hinges at the knees. How can a little 3 3/4 inch figure have hinges at the knees, but the Black Series 6 inch doesn't? Hasbro, explain yourself. Yeah, there we go. Hinges at the knees, ball joint at the foot. And then he's got a swivel at the elbow, which a lot of people don't like that point of articulation. Me personally, I think it's okay. I mean, he's pretty well articulated. It's a good little Yoda. And I'm so happy that they used this body for that one. The old stick was very thin and tiny, and he didn't hold it very well. Thankfully, they updated it on this one, and they made it thicker where he can actually hold it good. So I really appreciate that. So the little accessories on him, he's got his little flute, he's got his belt, he has his nice tunic on him. He's glorious. Look at that head. That is Yoda. I believe this is probably the best Yoda Hasbro's released. I just do, even including the 6 inch one, including all the 12 inch ones, this is the best Yoda, in my opinion. I think they've nailed it. I'm so happy this exists, and I want to compare it, yet again, to the old one. This is the old original trilogy, or like the vintage original trilogy collection, or maybe vintage saga collection, I don't remember which, Yoda. This is the old one. And that face looks absolutely horrible. Kind of gives me some Christopher Walken vibes. Not even joking. But it has the flute. I mean, it's not bad. It's got these creepy little legs. Look at that. Ew. What am I looking at? His articulation's not the best, but it's not the worst either. It's still a serviceable Yoda. But come on, this is the best. This is the best Yoda. Oh my gosh. And I've already pretty much talked about all the articulation. It poses really great. You can get him using the Force. You can get him, doing Yoda stuff. Ketamine I must get. Sorry, I couldn't help it. You can have him hold the stick. He's like, mine, mine. Oh, the seagulls. Both your knees. Okay. There's Yoda. I love this Yoda so much. He's probably my favorite figure in the whole set. I'm so happy to finally have a original trilogy Yoda that actually isn't bad. Because, I mean, I never liked this one. I thought it was okay, but I never liked it. I just wasn't a fan. So I'm very happy with this Yoda. I love that Yoda. And then let's finish it up with Luke Skywalker. And then Luke Skywalker over here comes with a lot of stuff. So he has his lightsaber, or raised lightsaber, as Lucasfilm calls it, even though I think they might have just called it the Skywalker saber now, because, you know, I mean, the new movie happened and everything. I think I call it the Skywalker saber, okay? I think that's a good name for it. So he has that. He has his blaster, which doesn't... I could probably get it in there more, but I didn't right now because I need to take it out to show you. So he has that, which is stuck in there quite a bit, and I'm probably not even going to take it out anyway. But yeah, he has that. He has the strap that can hold it. And he has alternate hands, which is crazy. All of them I put... I burped. In the backpack. So he has this hand, which can be like a force hand or a, you know, handstand hand. Then he has this holding hand for maybe like the backpack or something for his right hand. And he has the saber hilt, which is nice. Even though I don't think there's anywhere for it to go. He has this hook right there, which it just doesn't hook there. I mean, you can probably rest it there. You can see you can probably rest it there, but it's not going to stay on at all. And then the obvious accessory is the backpack, which I'm going to put the Yoda in it just to show you what it looks like, because I'm going to take it off in a second. So yeah, Yoda can fit in it. This is a full fabric backpack, which is very large, probably too large, probably way too large, probably insanely large. But you know what? It works. If you want to display him like this, you can. But me personally, I have the old one, and his purpose is going to be this. So you can see this is the old versus the new. I think the new is way better. But the old, this is the Vintage Original Trilogy Collection Yoda, which just popped apart and you put him in this backpack, which looks nice. I like the sculpt on it. Then here's the old Luke. He actually came with alternate arms to have him do the handstand or have him hold the backpack. So his forever purpose is going to be, he also had an alternate head too, where the hair was like looking like he was upside down. So his forever purpose, as it has been for a while actually, is probably just going to be this, which is okay, because see, this one is probably going to be the dynamic Luke doing the Force and all the jumps and everything. You know, I can be your backpack while you run. Sorry, I can't help it. So this comes off pretty easy. You just unclip it right there, like a little, pretty much like one of those belts in a shopping cart for little kids. And then you just slip it off like a doll backpack. I'm undressing my dolly. Hooray! I love undressing my dolls. Okay, there's getting that off. Oh, there we go. And then, epic, I did it. So here is Luke without all that. And I need to discuss his arms because this was a big issue for me on the original release. He has double jointed elbows, right? One of the first 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures to do this, if not the first. And, I mean, it doesn't look awful. It's an action figure, so I can forgive it. But at the same time, I feel like there was something else they probably could have done. You see the wrist hinge? How it doesn't have a pin? Why didn't they just try to put a hinge like that in the elbow? I mean, I don't know action figure technology well enough to see how that would work, but I feel like they could have done it. He also has a bicep swivel because of that, so that's interesting. A 3 3/4 inch figure with a bicep swivel. He definitely makes him feel more like a Marvel Universe figure in the arms instead of a 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figure, but yeah, it's okay. His articulation was amazing because of it. So he has a really nice ball-jointed head. He has ball-hinged shoulders. Ooh, he has bicep. His elbows do bend all the way. And he has hinges in the wrist, so just hypothetically, if he still had the backpack on, you can see he could hold it perfectly fine. And then hypothetically, if he would be doing a handstand, you know, he can do that perfectly fine. You could probably even get him balancing too, because he has hinges in the wrist, as you see. He has the up and down for the closed fist hands, and then he has, you know, in and out for the handstand or force hands. And then he has a swivel at the waist. And he has ball hinges at the hips, which actually give you a lot of range, pretty much all the range you really need. Unfortunately, no thigh swivel. You really could have used that. And this point of articulation sucks. I'm sorry. There's just not a lot of cut there. So the hinge at the knee is just not that good. You were doing so good, Luke, and then this is what you do to me. And then he has a ball hinge at the foot, which is actually what they should do with every single one, because it's a rocker. Why can't they just put a rocker ankle on every single TVC figure? I don't understand it. It's so much better, especially with this Luke. Oh my gosh, it really helps him out. So this Luke's amazing. And his main difference from the original Black Series release is the head. Of course, I don't have that original Black Series release, so I can't, you know, show you in person. But let me put up a picture of the old one's head. and put it next to this one, just so you can see. So this new one is really nice looking, in my opinion. There's the old one. The old one's just... It just doesn't look good. They really were struggling with the heads. It was probably the worst era for Star Wars figure faces, honestly, the Black Series line. And this new one, I think, looks really nice. I mean, it's not the most handsome-looking Luke face, but he's training, he's tired, he's worn out. And I like it. I think it looks like Mark Hamill quite well. It just looks the part. I think it's great. I think it's one of the best Lukes. And I really love it, and I'm really happy to have it. I'm very happy I waited and didn't get the old ones, because now I have a very nice Dagobah Luke, a very, very nice Empire Yoda, and a pretty good Force Spectre Vader. So there we go. There's my review of the Cave of Evil Vintage Collection Special Action Figure set. Highly, highly, highly recommended, if you couldn't guess by now. I absolutely adore this set. It's amazing in my opinion. It's one of the best special action figure sets they've done. Let's get all this extra stuff out of the way. And I really dig it, and I think you should get it, but not for 40 bucks. It's too much. I know in my Jabba's Palace set video, a lot of, especially people from Australia, were saying, oh, that's pretty cheap. We have to spend a lot over there. But see, the thing is, it's not cheap. It's just less expensive. Because Australians have to pay crazy money. It's crazy money. Here, it's just expensive. You know, crazy and expensive, they're different. I think 20 is more than fair on this. I think 25, 30 is probably what it should have been. I think 30 is what it probably should have been, to be honest. I would have paid 30 probably flat out. But hey, 20, I'll definitely take that. Anyways, this video's gone on long enough. I'm going to end it here. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links and my P.O. Box address and my frequently asked questions down in the description below. Please check out those frequently asked questions. I get people all the time still asking me, where do you get this? Where do you get this? Just look at the frequently asked questions, please. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to log off. Have a good one. May the Force be with you. I haven't said that in a while. Hey, this set, it really got me liking Star Wars, so that's why I said it. See you guys. Bye.